Good day, traders. This is Rich with ForexNewsTrader.com coming live with some price action on the binary markets. Currently 8:53 a.m. Eastern on April 23rd, 2012, and I'm currently looking at a pound dollar here, and I'm looking to take a call option, and I got about a minute to get in it, so I'm gonna pretty much jump on this now, and I'll explain to you what I'm seeing in a couple seconds. Alright. The interesting thing about this trade is you can see this chop here. This is not really what I'm looking at. This is the consolidation over the last 12-15 minutes or so. But prior to this, and I'll show you on a other chart, is the move up from 1.6078 all the way to 1.6093, which is a 20 pip move over a course of about 5 to 10 minutes. Nice move up. Both the euro and the pound are getting not slaughtered but beat up pretty good. They've been down all night. Definitely retraced. Gap down last night at the market open from the highs on Friday. So this is one of those trades where we're coming back into the territory. We're heading towards the pivot, and the pivot has been looking like the trade that I wanted as a put option, but but if you look back on the history of the chart, you will see that it's gotten up to the pivot a few times and come back down. So we're still below the pivot, so I was giving it a little bit more wiggle room to get up there, and that's why I took a call option with 5 minutes to go. So we're going to let this play out, and I'll be back with you, and we'll finish this thing up. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Again, this is Rich with the trade of the day. Okay, so it looks like we got about 30 seconds to go here in this trade, and it's looking pretty good. Currently in 5 pips in our favor, which is a nice way to start our Monday. It's a gross Monday outside. It's kind of ugly and gray and rainy and just blah. So to get a winning trade to start the week, we'll take it. And, that's why we play this game. And we'll keep an eye on this for the next 2 seconds while it closes out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the back end for the trade, and then I'm going to show you the chart. So hang on. Okay, so here's the trade. It was a pound dollar call option on April 23rd at 8:53 a.m. So we got in about 7 minutes to go. $200 invested at 1.60956, and it closed at 1.61013. Real solid trade, $360 payout, 3-star trade here, and I'm going to show you in a second why, because we were near the whole number, which is fine, but the pivot was there too, and I knew that it could get above the whole number, if not get to the pivot before falling back down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a chart and try to break it down a little bit further for you. So hang on. Okay, so the hourly chart doesn't look as bad on the pound as it does on the euro, but here's that stair steps I was talking about last Friday as we were moving up and up and up, and then over the last 12 hours we've fallen back down. We fell through pivot, and now we're teetering below pivot. So that's the hourly chart. The trend is still to the upside overall, the long-term trend. The short-term trend is kind of choppy with a little bit leaning towards the downside. So let's go and look at the 5-minute chart. Okay, so here's the 5-minute chart, and you can see how it made new lows and then tried to get to the pivot and failed. Made a higher low, came back up to the pivot and failed, and then again it made a new low, but is now attempting to get to the pivot again. So if the time frame was right and it was at the pivot, I would have taken a call option. But then I saw this. I saw these 3 candles, 1, 2, and 3 5-minute candles. This is 50 over a course of 15 minutes. Jump up pretty nicely and then consolidate. So let's look at a 1-minute chart. So here's that move over 15 minutes and then the consolidation. And once I saw this consolidation going up, and this is pretty much where I got my call option in on this candle here, and we popped right up. I never saw any pain. I think maybe 1/10 of a pip on entry, but that was it. And then we just popped up. It fell back a bit, but then you see this one candle here. It just took us to that 5-6 pip winner. People have different names for this type of trade. It's like a pendant, a flag, whatever. I don't look at that in that aspect. Candlesticks are good to look at for sure, but in this case, this is a nice pattern after a nice move up and a consolidation. You know how I like the nice move up or down and the consolidation and the continuation move. If you don't see the consolidation, I wait for the secondary move. But the consolidation definitely made me excited to get in a long trade. And actually, now that I think of it, I got in down here. Here's the 53 candle. Because I remember it was on the lower part of this consolidation when I was getting in the trade, because I was kind of excited about it. I wasn't getting in on the top of the consolidation. I remember getting at the bottom of it. Not that I didn't think it was going to fall back down, but I mean, of course it could have. But in this case, I was on the lower side of the consolidation over a course of 10-15 minutes here, and eventually you're going to get that pop or drop, and I was in favor of the pop in this case. And then if I shrink the chart down a little bit, there it is. There's the pivot. So we had some room here of about 10 to 15 pips to get to the pivot, and in 5 minutes I figured if it gets to the pivot, it's either going to fall off of it or at least consolidate around it. So right now it's consolidating right below it. It's continuing the consolidation of before, but just a little bit higher. Now I don't consider this pivot to be strong right now. I'm feeling this thing's going to either bust through it and continue for the day, reverse the trades or reverse the trading that occurred overnight and get back into positive territory. But then again, you never know what might happen. That's why we trade one trade at a time. We don't really consider. I'm not looking for a bottom here. I'm not looking for a top. I'm just looking to take my binary option trade, which was at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and now I'm done. It's kind of cool to watch. If you want to write things down and take notes, and look for price patterns, it definitely helps. Look for these consolidations. This is a perfect consolidation. We had a great consolidation here for a pop, and then we saw a nice pop with the consolidation. So where it goes from here, I have no idea. It's questionable. It can go up and go down. It can stay in the same price range all day for all I know. So just want to get that trade to you guys. Trade of the day. This is forexnewstrader.com. If you have any questions about getting started, you can learn more about them, about brokers and anything else at forexnewstrader.com. Send me some comments, some likes, some emails, whatever you want to do. I'll try to help you guys out and support what I have going on here. Keep a team going. We have a nice group of guys and girls that are already at it, and you just keep me posted. So have a great Monday. Stay warm if you're in a cold area or getting this weird northeast rain, and we'll go from there. And we'll see you on Tuesday for the trade of the day. Have a good one.